I will begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. The automation of product creation has been prevalent in current times. The replacement of human workers replaced by technology has made industries such as machinery, makeup, and other things like that a very lucrative industry because they have efficiently streamlined the product creation and and made the process of creating the product itself more effective and such as that we that's why we from Team Pro stand firm in our belief that the corporations that manufacturers by using mostly automated technology would be taxed heavily because of two things. Firstly, they have a high amount of revenue that warrants a high tax capacity, and secondly, public accountability for the companies to take because of the taxes itself. So firstly, I would get into the characterization of the main stakeholder in this debate. That is the companies or corporations that have streamlined and automated their production process. So here I will explain a few things. That is two things. Firstly, the definitions of a corporation that relies on automation for their production, and secondly, their motives of doing so, of automizing their production method. So, firstly, the definition of a corporation that relies on automation for their product creation. A corporation that relies on automation are corporations that rely on mostly robots, computers, and etc. to operate their production method, offset company with a minimal human input. The process of becoming a automated corporation follows a path that uses resources such as computers, machinery, and other basic materials. They also need infrastructure like electricity, cables, and etc. to operate their equipment and to for their equipment to work and produce the product that they want. Uh, and so we believe our stance is that we believe that these corporations would be heavily taxed, and that aims to provide a much better and equal economy and distribution of money. On to the mechanism of my proposal. I'm here to explain the mechanism of how I will tax the companies, and at the end I will provide a summary of what I've said. So here there are 3 points. Firstly, the correlation between the tax I'm proposing and regular tax. Secondly, what kind of company will be taxed, and thirdly, what form will this tax take or will apply to. Firstly, I will explain the correlation between the tax I'm proposing and regular tax. The maintenance of the equipment requires the use of public infrastructure, such as electricity, that requires taxes, as well as the goal of the company is to push efficiency of the production to maximize profits. That means that they have a capability to pay more taxes to the government because the government already taxes the rich much more than the poor because they have a higher capability to pay more of said taxes. Basically, like the more you have, the richer you are, the more profits you gain. You pay more taxes because you are capable of doing so. And thirdly, and secondly, what companies will be taxed. What I'm proposing, this tax it will tax companies that will impact companies that use a heavily automated production process and have uh, a high tax paying capability, such as, for example, Amazon. And thirdly, I will explain what this tax applies to. The form of the tax here is that it will apply based on a few things. That is two things. Firstly, how much income they will rack in, and secondly, the facilities they will use. So overall, this tax is basically like normal tax, the percentage-based tax applied to the more highly capable and more richer companies that uses automated production. In my burden of, now moving on to my burden of proof, in my burden of proof there will be 2 points that will be explained more in my argument. And the first point is it's beneficial to tax these companies to give a equal amount of help that is needed to the poor in a form such as homeless shelters, job retrainings and such. And secondly, the benefits of taxing these companies also forms in the increase of accountability and the compliance of these companies to maintain a good corporate practice. That is to comply to minimum wage and comply to labor practices, standard labor practices. On to my argument. This here I have two arguments. I will talk about the justification of taxing these companies and the one of the effects that it will bring, such as the accountability of the compliance of accountability of these companies. Firstly, uh, about the justification of tax. The companies that have automated their production to efficiently streamline their production and maximize their revenue are done by cutting the cost of human workers, uh, basically like reducing their human workers to the bare minimum that they need to automate their production, reducing their infrastructure, accommodation, and maybe wages. And secondly, they also need to consistency. They want the consistency of the machinery to increase their production. uh, the increase of revenue warrants a higher tax because they have a higher paying capability. To reach a fairness to the income distribution, because automation tends to give most of the wealth to the profit to the higher ups and the owners of the corporations and their shareholders, um, while reducing wages of workers and making it a less and preventing the money to circulate. uh, the, this tax aims to rebalance the distribution and income to grant fair wages to human workers and utilize these machines. Will this be achieved by